Ease the hustle of customs with Michelle's Custom Brokerage, imports and exports custom brokers. Our personalized service always ensures the best results when your needs are custom clearance and shipping of general cargo, barrels, vehicles, containers. For courier packages to ship loads of cargo, no consignment is too small or too large. We can handle it all. Michelle's Custom Brokerage, a generation of efficient and reliable service.
Have me fans out in Mustang and sing along.
Music, an evening of music featuring the Ashanti performances of his greatest hits. Experience the rhythm and energy with an incredible lineup: Alpha, Alpha Ale, Ezra, Her Black, Imran Nutty, Invader, Cupid, Lady Lynn, Minel, TC Brown, T-Blacks, and more. An evening of music, magic, and memory. National Cultural Center, November 23rd, 2024. Doors open 7:30 p.m. Short time, 8:30 p.m. Tickets $120 regular. Early bird, $100. Tickets available at CDF office and all the sale outlets. Music, a celebration of our musicians.
Ease the frustration.
You're watching MBC.
On YouTube and on WhatsApp from one of our soca queens who's going through a very turbulent time right now. And I thought that our platform here in the corner would be a good one to try to reach out to the friends and fans to assist with that appeal. You know, I'm talking about Nikki David, and the situation that she's going through right now. I mean, it was heartbreaking for me today when I got the post and I viewed it. I mean, you know, it showed me how vulnerable we are as human beings, you know, and how unpredictable it is for us, because we never know what situation we may find ourselves in and at what point of our lives it may occur, you know. So it was really touching for me. So I decided tonight, you know, before I get into the real business of the corner, to let the fans and them view that post by Nikki, you know. And even before we do that, I'd like to play a video of Nikki performing, so we can remember Nikki as she was, a vibrant, energetic, full of life, you know, individual. Let's take in a video of Nikki doing a performance called Release the Tiger. Soca queen there, Nicole David, of course, Queen of the Jungle, as she was affectionately known. One of our real pioneers of soca music as far as the females are concerned. She was on in the soca business very, very early. Well, my friends, for those of you who may know, well, you know. Those of you who have not heard, Nikki is going through quite an ordeal right now. She has been diagnosed with cervical cancer, and she needs to go through certain therapy. And Nikki is appealing for help from us, the fans, the friends, the sponsors, you know. I mean, that shouldn't be too difficult to assist Nikki we so enjoyed, you know, Nikki as a performer. Let us take a few minutes to listen to a post which Nikki made out there with an appeal. I want you guys out there to listen and listen carefully. And I want you to do everything that you can to assist Nikki in reaching her goal. Yeah? Let's view Nikki as she appealed from a sick bed.
Hi everyone, this is Nikki David. As you know, or may not be finding out, I've been diagnosed with cancer. I just wanted everybody to know what my progress is right now, because I know everybody's been asking, you know, and I'm so grateful for all the support, all the love, you know. I never knew that I was loved that much, but I thank you guys so much. However, you know, right now I have to do chemo in St. Lucia, you know, because of possibility of blood clot if I travel presently. So right now we're doing that first set of chemo, 6 weeks of chemo, and then we're gonna see if I can travel to Martinique, you know, or other possible place. I just want to say the GoFundMe through Giselle Brown from England, it is legit. Please support whatever little you can. And if you know me, reach out to me as well. You can also go through my account. All right. So the GoFundMe is legit. I know some people have their little, you know, things about doing GoFundMe, but it is legit. So whatever little you can, a little goes a long way, because chemo and all these other things you have to do to, you know, get the body back, you know, on track. It's very, very, very expensive, you know. So I'm reaching out to you guys, you know, to help, to assist in whatever possible way you can. And I love you guys. Thank you so much. Love you.
Yes, indeed. Nikki, you know, that's rough, man. That's rough, you know. So we are appealing to the friends and fans of Calypso and Soca in St. Lucia to make it your duty to contribute towards assisting Nikki in her present dilemma. Yeah? There's a GoFundMe, and also you can also make your contribution direct to her account. It's CIBC account number 1070-54782. Now I'll give you a couple of seconds to get a pen and paper. As a matter of fact, we're going to put up the information on the screen so that, you know, we can show Nikki some love, you know, and assist. The same love we show to Juju, let's show it to Nikki right now as a community, and do what we can to assist. That's my personal appeal to our friends out there, you know. Let's make it happen for her. Yeah? Big up. As we continue tonight, the information will show up on the screen as we continue tonight. So be sure to get that information and do what you can. You heard Nikki say, guys, I love you. You heard her say that. I believe Nikki is one of the most loving people that I know, you know, and it breaks my heart, man. It really does. Our prayers are with you and Nicole, and we do wish you the very, very best. Yeah, Papa. Last Saturday, we hosted the 4th annual St. Cecilia's Lifetime Achievement Awards. And by all reports from our friends again and the fans out there, the awards was well received by our viewers, and we want to, once again to say a special thank you to the sponsors, the people who made this possible. You know, the awards, this is our 4th year, and we have given awards to 28 people in the 4 years, people who contribute to the development of music in St. Lucia in various categories and so on. So big up to our sponsors. I want to say once again, take the opportunity to say thank you to the Ministry of Creative Industries. Thank you very much to the ministry. I think this year may have been the best year thus far with regards to assistance for the project. So I hope that next year will even be better, where we can do a little more with regards to, you know, showing our appreciation. The Ministry of Creative Industries, big up to you. I want to say Massey Stores. I want to say a very special thank you to Massey Stores for sticking with us and partnering with us for these awards. I believe our friends at Massey, they have realized the importance of these awards and what it means to the people who receive these awards. So big up to Massey Stores. Remember, we must always support our friends at Massey Stores. The Cultural Development Foundation, the CDF, I want to big you up, guys. You've been with us for the entire 4 years. You've given us support, and we do appreciate what you've been doing with us. As a matter of fact, tonight at the Cultural Center, the Cultural Development Foundation, they're hosting Musique, which is a celebration of the musical life of the Ashanti. And there are many artists who are going to be performing songs of the Ashanti. That show is scheduled to begin in the next 15 minutes. So if you're wondering if there was somewhere to go tonight, just put on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt and rush to the Cultural Center. Kaiso coming down tonight, yeah? The CDF, I want to say thank you very much. I want to say a big thank you to Trevor Exposer Brown of the Trevor Exposer Brown Foundation of Long Island, New York. I mean, this guy is no stranger to the corner, and he has been a major contributor towards the activities and the success of Papa's Kaiso Corner. So we want to big up Trevor Exposer Brown. Lucy Leck. When they say they light up your life, believe me, Lucy Leck has done just that for us here in the corner, and they have supported not just our awards, but they have also been sponsoring Papa's Kaiso Corner every Saturday right here on NBC TV. So big up to you, Lucy Leck. Thank you so much. I think you guys are electrifying. No pun intended. And of course, Barbie Limited, Miss Jacinta James, Mrs. Jacinta James, I want to say thank you so much, Mrs. James. I have to identify Mrs. James personally because Mrs. James has been there with us, she has assisted us, and she's also a sponsor of, well, when I say she, I mean through Barbie Limited, St. Lucia Distillers, they're sponsors of Papa's Kaiso Corner. So big up to you guys, and thank you so much for your support in the awards. And last but not least, I want to say thank you to the Trophy Center. The Trophy Center, they provide us with our trophies, and they also donate 1 trophy free of charge towards the event. So big up to you, Trophy Center. We're looking forward to the 5th annual St. Cecilia's Awards scheduled for St. Cecilia's Day next year. Big up to you guys. May the good Lord bless and keep you all. Thank you so much. Yeah? The celebration continued yesterday as musicians took, like I said, to the highway and to the street corners. The bands were playing, and the passers-by would stop and dance to the music and help the musicians to celebrate their feast. That was very nice yesterday. So big up to the musicians who, well, I want to say a special thank you to Buffalo Odlum. Buffalo is very instrumental in getting the bands on the corners and what have you. Big up to Buffalo, and also to Steve's Barbershop. Steve has been doing a tremendous work. Lots of musicians gathered down by Steve Barbershop on St. Cecilia's Day, where they have eats and drinks and they perform. I think Steve is doing a fantastic job with that. So big up to you guys. Once again, from 8:30 tonight, the music with the life of the Ashanti. Many artists are on, as you have seen in the ad, and so on. And the ad is going to play in a minute again, so pay careful attention. So if you're not yet heading to the Cultural Center, you might just decide to do so. Yeah? The show will be highlighting the music of the Ashanti. Of course, you know, most of the music of the Ashanti was written by Nahum Happy Jabatis and also Trevor Jati Anthony. So the celebration extends to the writers also. So be part of that tonight. Yeah? We're going to view the ad for music right now. So take a good look at what's going to be happening in the next 11 minutes.
I don't care what them bourgeois say. I see it funny,
I have me fans that in Mustang I'm going. Hey, sing along!
Music, an evening of music featuring the Ashanti, performances of his greatest hits. Experience the rhythm and energy with an incredible lineup. Alpha, Afa Ale, Ezra, Her Black, Imran Nutty, Invader, Cupid, Lady Lynn, Minel, TC Brown, T-Blacks, and more. An evening of music, magic, and memory. National Cultural Center, November 23rd, 2024. Doors open 7:30 p.m. Showtime, 8:30 p.m. Tickets $120 regular. Early bird, $100. Tickets available at CDF office and all the sell outlets. Music, a celebration of our musicians.
Ease the frustration.
Yes, indeed. Music, featuring the musical life of the Ashanti. Yeah, so be part of that tonight. I'm heading straight up there after the show. I too am on the cast. I'm scheduled to perform one of the great songs written by Nahum Jabatis and sung by the Ashanti. So let me meet up the road. Let me meet up the road. Let us meet up the road. We have a special guest in studio tonight as we continue to celebrate music and music month in St. Lucia, the month of November. We still have a few days left in November. So we continue with the celebration and we meet one of the veterans of the music industry in St. Lucia. He's a percussionist drummer. And I've known this guy for a long time. We've had quite, I shared part of his journey and he shared part of mine. So tonight we're going to be discussing and going back down memory lane of some of the music and musicians and the bands and the time. It's going to be fantastic. All right, so we're going to take our first sponsors break. And when we come back, you're going to meet our guest for tonight, Papa. Yeah, man.
Coming soon, the same excellent Blue Select service in a new location at Daisy Avenue in Sanssouci, Castries. Thanks for your patience.
No matter the job, Michelle's Electrical Limited has the skills and expertise to power your vision. With Michelle's Electrical Limited, you're securing a professional team with a proven track record committed to delivering quality service to cater to all your electrical needs. We bring more than 30 years of trusted electrical installation to every job. We are the most trusted and reliable provider of electrical solutions island-wide. Your electrical needs are our priority, and our qualified team has been providing durable electrical solutions for over 3 decades. Trust Michelle's Electrical Limited. We lay the groundwork so your vision can thrive. Michelle's Electrical Limited, turning on lights since 1987.
Save the hustle of customs with Michelle's Custom Brokerage, imports and exports custom brokers. Our personalized service always ensures the best results when your needs are custom clearance and shipping of general cargo, barrels, vehicles, containers. For courier packages to ship loads of cargo, no consignment is too small or too large. We can handle it all. Michelle's Custom Brokerage, a generation of efficient and reliable service.
I have me fans out. Yeah, in Mustang I'm going. Hey, sing along.
Music, an evening of music featuring the Ashanti, performances of his greatest hits. Experience the rhythm and energy with an incredible lineup. Alpha, Alpha Ale, Ezra, Her Black, Imran Nerdy, Invader, Cupid, Lady Lynn, Minel, TC Brown, T-Blacks, and more. An evening of music, magic, and memory. National Cultural Center, November 23rd, 2024. Doors open 7:30 p.m. Showtime, 8:30 p.m. Tickets $120 regular. Early bird, $100. Tickets available at CDF office and all the sell outlets. Music, a celebration of our musicians.
Ease the frustration.
You will fly me morning. Why I've seen it all, but I'm caught.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to Papa Sky So Corner. I want to say a special good evening to all our many friends out there in the diaspora. I think I saw Erwin Alcindor a little earlier on, the mayor of Eastern Parkway, as we call him. He's on as usual. Good night to you, Erwin. Annette Dowdy, she's here with us tonight. Good night, Miss Dowdy. Quincy Bissett, what's up, Mr. Bissett? Yeah, he's here with us. Barry Coco Joseph, he's here. What happened, Coco? Boy, I got a chance to thank you for that wonderful time we had in Queens a couple of weekends ago, you know, Coco. Yeah, man. Thank you so much for that. Christopher Johnny, good evening to you. Good evening to you. I have to also say a special good evening to some very special people. Of course, Mama Frances of the Clary. Mama, what happening? I want to say good night to you. I hope you had a good day today. And I know for sure that you're right in front of your TV, as usual. And you're ready for the corner. You're ready to have some fun with us here tonight. So big up to you, Mama. Yeah? Enjoy the evening. I also want to say good evening to another Mama, Mama Real, out there in Asukanal. I know she's viewing with her daughter, Miriam. Miriam, how are you, Miriam? Nice to see you guys here with us again for another evening of fun here in the corner. Mama Real and her daughter, Miriam. Good evening to you guys. I want to big up Mrs. Joseph. It's a new friend that I met this week. She visited us at Just Roti, and she introduced herself as one of the people who've been watching the show from the inception of the show, Mrs. Joseph. She's from St. Vincent, but she's married to a St. Lucian, and she's been residing in St. Lucia forever. I want to big you up, Mrs. Joseph, out there in Balata, in the back road of Balata. And Mondido, as she said. So, Mrs. Joseph, good evening to you. I hope you guys are ready to have some fun tonight. I want to say my good friend Swish, Stanley, boy, I saw you for a while, you know. The last time I saw you, you were looking real nice, boy, your long sleeve, and your face was white. Big up to you, my good friend Stanley Spencer and his wife, of course, Mrs. Spencer. Of course, Trevor Exposer Brown out there in Long Island. Good evening to you, sir. And Mrs. Brown, I know you guys are tuned into the corner tonight. And we continue with our celebration of music and musicians in St. Lucia. And tonight we have a very special guest in studio. This guy is a guy that my early years in the business, I spent a lot of time around this guy and some of the bands that he was associated with. We did a number of tours together, and I thought it was fitting to invite him to the corner so we could reminisce on some of the wonderful times that we had when music was music and musicians were musicians in St. Lucia. It gives me great pleasure to welcome to the corner none other than percussionist, drummer professional, I should say, Mr. Penrod Jean. Welcome to the corner, boy, Pepin.
Thank you, King. Welcome.
Yeah, but it's a real pleasure to have you here tonight.
Also,
yeah. We met earlier this week, and we were going down memory lane, talking about the good times we had, and it was so nostalgic. I say, hey, Pepin, I must invite you on the show, man. Come on the show. Let's St. Lucians realize that they must stop taking musicians for granted, because the musicians are making a valuable contribution, you know, towards the sanity, towards keeping them happy, you know. And I decided to start interviewing you when we started. It was so interesting. So let me go again. I started to interview you. Pepin, tell me about you as a musician when you started. You know what the journey was like.
Well, first of all, I was born in Waterworks Road, Castries, raised in Leslieland. At that time, they had a lot of steel band all over the place, all the ghettos. You know, Wilton Yard just there, where I was residing in Leslieland. There was Marshall, Diamond Steel, Baccarat, you know, local Castries.
Everywhere up on
side. So I buy the band rooms all the time as a little boy, you know. So I told myself, well, I like to play pan, I want to go and learn to play pan too. So at that time, I think it was North Stars, that's in Conway.
Yeah, well,
they were the leading band at the time.
But they were not North Stars then.
But, yeah, what did they were?
Scrub.
Yeah,
Scrub,
right.
yeah.
The Scrub, yeah. So I said, well, I want to go and learn to play some pan from the best, because they were the leading one at the time.
Of course.
So I went there to learn to play pan. Scrub, when I reached there, Scrub told me, well, he wants to know how I am musically, if I know anything about music. So he gave me a cowbell, told me to hold on that, and see if I can hold a rhythm. So I held it on to that and practicing and going out with them in the areas. By the time it was a month, when I went to the band room that day, I saw a new instrument there in the corner. So I wanted to know what instrument in this. So Scrub told me, well, boy, you have to play that. Because it was a timbaliters on the stand, the two drums, and the cowbell in the middle.
So you graduate, boy, you graduate.
He told me, well, you know, hold that, and because he was impressed with me, you know, I improved so fast.
So you moved from cowbell to timbaliters and cowbell. Yeah,
and then I started playing with them. So I never really played the pan.
You never got to play the pan?
I never got to play the pan.
Wow.
Because he thought to him, well, as if
he's a rhythm man. Engine room.
Yeah,
you better suited for the engine room.
I ended up playing that.
Right. So we also spoke about Ivan. You told me Ivan was about 8 years old.
8 years old, and Ivan could play the pan more than anybody else. He was so short, because you know his father is a short man.
Right.
So they had to put a stand for him under the pan, because you couldn't even see him when the pan was playing. He was so short. All you could do is the pan, you know. So they had to put that so that when the tourists coming, at that time he used to play on the wharf there. When the tourist ships come, he used to play there for them. You know. So Ivan was the main feature.
Yeah, 8 years old.
8 years old. The guests and them, the tourists and them were very fascinated.
Yeah,
you know?
It's sad that right now nothing like that's happening.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, with regards to, because I heard them, who I heard saying sometime this week that the tourist numbers, record tourist numbers,
Yeah.
record tourists coming to St. Lucia. And not one pan side on the wharf to welcome the tourists or around town in Constitution Park. I wonder what I wonder.
And all these areas as well.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I don't know. Then we spoke about you and graduating from the steel band now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
On my way to school, to town, there was this band called Civil Harmonize that's at Cassis Public Center.
Yeah,
they used to be practicing
I remember
there.
Harmonize.
Yeah, they used to be practicing there. So I always used to pass there. So I let me pop in one day. I went in there and I saw it was practicing there. I got attracted to it one time as well. I wanted to see if I could play an instrument inside there. So I went. So I used to go there without from knowing, trying to practice, take a little look. But I wanted to play there too. So I asked the fellas there. I move on until they give me a pick. I left Scrub on them. And I went to play for Harmonize, played percussion with Steve Harmonize.
Okay, so you started with percussion.
While I was there, I went to go and take a little knock on the drums. I said I want to play the drums too. So every day I go and take a little knock, trying to practice and get myself together.
At that time, some of the members of the CYO Harmonize were fellas like Gabu.
Yeah, fellas like Gabu used to play for another band called Vibratones.
Oh, it's Vibratones.
Gabu used to play for Vibratones.
Mike Rivers, however.
Mike Rivers came in there. And they had Scarby was there too.
Okay. Oh, that was with Vibratones.
And that's why I also met Steve Barbershop.
Yes.
He was playing the percussion too. We both ended up playing percussion.
Okay.
We were not drummers, but they had another drummer called Nash. But we used to call it lock in between, trying to, so we wanted to improve. That's why I met
Oh, so Piche go back as far?
Yeah, Piche go back far too. I met Piche there. That's where we met,
Right.
But
I remember the days.
Percussionists at the time.
Yeah, I remember the days of the CYO Harmonize and the Vibratones with the Sunday school at the Paris Center.
Right. And Quavers and bands like that. True Tones are just coming too. All these bands were there.
At that time, how financially beneficial was it for musicians?
You just pay for nothing. You wouldn't get no pay.
No pay.
All they would give you just a uniform. At that time, bands used to perform with uniforms.
So when you have that uniform, you're in heaven.
You make everyone money at time.
You need no money.
So we just going about the place.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
And at that time, they had quite a few bands.
Yeah.
NDs.
Yeah, right.
NDs. What's that guy named? Greenwich, Elijah Greenwich.
Yes, yeah.
This guy. Greenwich played quite a part. A name that came up while you were speaking to was Ringo.
Yeah, Ringo had a band called Graduates. Because I remember these Graduates, there was 8 of them. And then they were playing somewhere, I think, at the Monidon Lodge. And I went there, and there was this guy playing a percussion instrument. I think it's a scratcher. But he wasn't really making sense.
The scratcher, the Karachi.
Yeah, somebody scratching like
the grater.
So he was there just putting the band on. So I asked him just try it out. And then when I started playing it, all the band members turned around and looked back.
You felt the vibe.
So they asked me to continue playing. And then when the session was over, they told me if I can come and play with them. They offered me to play with them. So I ended up playing in 2 bands.
Now, when I get to talk about the history of the music, the most painful part for me is the fact that there's no documentation. You can't get a video of the Vibratones or video of CYO Harmonites.
So really exciting.
So that St. Lucians could really see what the music industry was and how it developed. That's the saddest part for me.
That's missing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
However, so at that time was also bands like Big Six.
Yeah, Big Six was
with Pan Andrew, Buffalo's father.
These guys, they were making an impression. We were one of the top bands at the time.
Top bands, Big Six Orchestra.
With Two Tones too.
Two Tones was coming up too. I remember Bo Hinkson as a young boy at the Paris Center. When he used to play the guitar with the piece of pipe and make it sing.
Oh yes, man.
Bo was always a guy who stood out. Yeah, he was always a guy who stood out as a guitarist and as a band leader. And I mean, those were wonderful times, Pepe. Wonderful times. Like you say, money was not even part of the. Just for the love, just for the love, for the love of the music. But then, you also told me that you after playing with CYO Harmonites and Vibratones and so on, you met Francis Regis.
Well, before I met Francis Regis, while we from CYO Harmonites and these other bands there, I was trying to play the drums, and I eventually ended up playing the drums fully.
Okay.
So then now, Pon Andrew, which is the leader of
Big Six,
met me one day and he told me he wanted me to come and play drums for him, for his band.
Okay.
So I ended up being a full-fledged drummer now, playing for Big Six.
That's how you're moving up in the world by then now.
When I was there, that's the time Regis came and approached me and he told me he was getting a band together. But he used to play for True Tones, and I think he left True Tones, so he organized something of his own. But he told me he was putting a band together, and he had gotten a contract from a place called Caribou. There's a hotel in the north. So he wanted me to come and play drums for him. So I went there, we had a contract there. So that time I wasn't working, so now that's the time money came.
That's when the money started.
We
got professional now.
We got 5 nights. 5 nights so we used to perform the
resident band of Caribou Hotel.
The band name was Caribou Combo.
Caribou Combo. I remember Caribou Combo too. Yeah.
So we performed there. It was Francis Regis. It was Gregory Manuel Shining.
The
one that's played
of Diamond Steel. Yeah.
Then they had a Gasper, and then TG Fury. It was 4 of us. We played there for about a year or so. Professional full-time musicians and so on.
That was a good break for you.
That was a good break, yeah.
We're talking about what year this? 70?
That's the
70s?
Yeah, the 70s. It was about 74. Yeah, around that time, about 74.
Yeah.
Around that time. So we played there, and when our contract was over, we got another contract at the St. Lucian Hotel, you know? So we could not use that name again.
You could use Caribou.
So we just had to change the name of the band. And then we became Marvel.
Marvel was born.
We became Marvel was born.
Yeah.
Because that break was even bigger. Because it was 6 nights a week. Imagine a whole week we used to perform.
Wow.
The whole week we used to play all of it. It was a resident band there.
That's at the St. Lucian.
At the St. Lucian Hotel, yeah.
And Marvel. I remember Marvel.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Marvel was one of the bands, one of the earliest bands to record.
Yeah, we did record.
We did an album.
Yeah, it was while we were there, they sponsored us. There is St. Lucian Hotel. They sponsored us an album. That was our first album.
And Regis was the band leader.
Regis was the band leader, yeah, because Regis had organized everything. Regis was the band leader.
Right.
Before we was there, we got that, and we had that recording.
I think we may have a short video of TG Fury.
Yes.
I don't know how many St. Lucians would remember that name.
He was a vocalist.
TG Fury out of Leclerc. TG was one of our top vocalists at the time.
Yeah.
Well known, popular guy, good looking guy.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember those were the days of the Afro boy.
Oh yeah, all of us had a big Afro.
And
everybody.
If you didn't have an Afro, you wasn't in it.
He wasn't in it.
He wasn't in it. For us to plait the hair to get that. The youth nowadays don't know how exciting our lives were.
Oh yeah, man. That well grooming.
I think we might have a video of Marvel and of one of the songs on their first album. I think you told me that album was recorded in 1977.
1977. That's our first album.
First album of Marvel. Let's take a look at the Marvel album and listen to one of the songs that was quite popular back in the 70s, 77, 78, coming up the road there, sung by TG Fury out of Leclerc.
Yesterday, life was just beautiful, but it's hard to tell the turn that it has taken. Now I'm searching for the truth to find myself. The happy moments that we
Marvel album. I remember that album. On the album itself, is it possible to put a still picture of the album on the screen while we just identify some of the guys on that album, Mr. Technician? Yes, there we are. Our audio going out? All right. Well, yeah. On the left, of course, it was the TG Fury. Starting from the left, coming across, he was the lead vocalist of Marvel. The guy with his arms folded with the Jackson 5 cap in the back there, that is Francis Regis. Band leader. Guitarist. A wonderful guy. I know I spent quite a bit of time with Francis, man, and he was very instrumental in helping me get out. Anyway, we will get to that. We are killing our vibe. The fella that lying down there with his hand under his, the fella the most posed, that's the great Penrod John Riley. Your afro was big too, boy. All of us had an afro.
Edition wasn't small, no?
Huh?
Edition was big.
Yeah, Edition was a half Indian. So he had a nice round afro.
Very big.
Then the guy standing next to Regis there, the slim guy you see in there, that's the great Shining.
That's right.
Shining Emmanuel, man, of Diamond Steel. As a youth, you see how he looking like his son, Imran, that working at Creative Industries. Yeah. And then the guy, the final guy to the right there, Gasper the bassman.
Yes.
Yeah, another cool character, you know. Very cool guy. Yeah, and they formed the Marvel, one of the bands out of St. Lucia from the mid-70s.
77.
Yeah, going up to the 80s there. And those are the guys who helped pave the way for a lot of our bands right now, you know. We have to appreciate and we have to learn the history of the guys who made it happen. Now, from Marvel then, we moved to a new band, Sounds Together.
Yeah, that was before. Yeah, we still in, at that time we was actually with the resident band there at the solution. So when that contract was over, we started to go on the road. We decided, well, we have to be on the road since it's not permanent there.
Right.
We're on the road now.
Okay.
So we had to make another name change. We moved from Marvel to Songs Together. So we added brass.
Right.
We added brass. You had Toto.
Toto, yeah.
Toto, we had Jigs.
Toto used to be the trumpeter.
He was the band leader.
Right.
In the police band.
Yeah.
And they had Jigs playing the trombone. And then Diffie was
Diffie was a little boy. He just joined the band.
He was exciting. He was hot.
Yeah. He was always. He ended up being the police band
leader,
superintendent.
Right now, I think so. Yeah.
No, he's retired now, but yeah, Diffie was a little boy, a young boy. I remember Diffie coming in.
He came in. Scabby came in.
A great man again. A great guy again. Scabby.
Steve came in to play percussion. Steve Barbershop.
Steve was also in there.
To play. Gilbert Cook came in.
Yeah, he was
to play the keyboards.
Yeah.
You know, it was, as I said, since we going on the road, we did decide that 4-piece will not be enough for the road, but there's so much competition.
Oh yeah, you have to.
So you have to upgrade.
You have to upgrade.
You know, so we had
that band that formed Songs Together.
Now. Yeah. So from Songs Together. You know.
Okay, but was Songs Together a part of the hotel industry? Did you used to play at the hotels?
Well, we used to go all over the places. Since we're not restricted now.
Right.
We used to play Smuggler's Cove, Caribou Hotel.
Okay.
Not Caribou, Latter Hotel, and the other areas that are around. As I said, we're not restricted now. So we were just on the road, doing anywhere we get, you know.
Yeah, I was blessed to have been a small part of Songs Together.
But it ended up being a major part. Don't forget thing. You embraced us and you were part of us.
Oh yeah, man.
That was moments we had together.
That was a wonderful experience for me.
You understand?
As an upcoming Kaisonian.
Yeah, man.
To get to be around a full-fledged band.
And talking about Kaiso, remember when you released that song, Ring the Iron?
Right.
So you had me to play to be your Iron Man.
Yeah, you used to. That's right.
On the road, we perform at the St. Lucian, back by the Two Tones.
Right.
We also performed at the Getty Cinema.
That's right.
Where they had this, it is a show, live wire show.
The live wire show.
Remember that?
Of course I do. Bota came in that night. Yeah.
And those were nice days.
Yeah, it really is, it has been a real wonderful journey.
And
you know,
then when we got a big break to tour, our first tour. That was in St. Croix.
Right.
Remember that? And
at the Pinto.
The Pinto.
The Pinto in St. Croix.
And then you were part of that.
Yeah, I got to move with the band.
We were just working on your that new record you released.
Yeah, AIDS, yeah.
AIDS.
Also,
That's
John T was on there with C. May Gwen.
C. May Gwen, right.
Right.
So we went on tour with that in St. Croix.
That St. Croix experience.
It was great.
Man.
That was a good experience, but I don't forget that, man.
Yeah. Let me take in a few highlights of some photos.
Okay.
Because not just St. Croix, we did Toronto.
Of course.
You know, let me take in some photos just to bring in the monotony of the talking. Let's take in one of the songs together, sung by the band leader Gregory Reddy's called PG.
PG.
Or PG.
PG, that's the name of the song.
PG. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs. Yeah.
Right, and some highlights of some photos of the songs together. Let me take some great memories there, man.
Yeah, I must say.
That was most of those photos were in Toronto.
In Toronto,
in Canada.
Yeah.
Caribana.
Yeah,
That was my first
tour with us.
Tour with you guys.
To Caribana,
to Caribana. To Caribana in general.
That was your second tour with us. But we did the St. Croix tour.
Yeah. But for me, it was my first Caribana experience.
Exactly.
And thanks to songs together, it was on a high level.
Oh, yes,
we were on a truck. Thousands of people. Oh man. And if you check the photos there, you would have seen Lucian Parrott.
Yes.
Lucian Parrott joined joined us.
He came on our truck and
yeah.
he gave me first.
Yeah, man.
You know, we even made the headlines. We were front page.
Of course. One of the photos there is the front page photo of one of the papers in Toronto.
Really made impression.
Songs Together got to play open air on the downtown Toronto. We got to visit the CN Tower. We went to Niagara Falls. Oh man.
You know,
we had a time.
At the Bamboo, live performance at the Bamboo.
The boat ride.
Oh,
another massive experience. Baronley and the Dragonaires playing same venue.
You know,
and I can remember when Songs Together started to play, the fellas actually came to see. They left the other thing and come to see who is that band. Sounded so different, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Blue Ventures from Trinidad and the band.
St. Lucia need to know who blazed the trail. Who blazed the trail for the music industry. The guys who made the sacrifice, like you said, money was not the issue at the time. Just to make it happen. You know? I mean, it's something else, man. But Songs Together then went on to even bigger things. Songs Together, you could safely say, was one of the leading bands in St. Lucia for quite a while. Thanks to Francis. I mean, Francis really.
Another person we don't talk about, Pep.
Mighty Pep. Pep was part of the band for a while.
Pep went to St. Croix with us.
Right.
And then due to he had to go back to school because he was able to be a doctor.
Right.
So he had to leave us. But Pep played. I mean, a lot of people don't know that Pep. They think that Pep can only play calypso.
No,
Pep is one of the most versatile musicians we have.
Pep used to sing with a brother of his as the Petals.
Yes.
A duo at Queen shows, you know.
Yes. And when Pep joined Songs Together, Pep was playing calypso, reggae, soca, R&B. Everything on the same level. A lot of them don't know because they believe Pep can only sing calypso.
Right. But Pep used to be part of the Songs Together band. Jonty did a good stint with the band as well. And then Songs Together went on and did another album.
Yes, we did another album.
That was big.
Yeah, that's big.
That one featured Jonty doing everybody in the backyard, Simen Gwen.
Yes.
I did AIDS.
You did
AIDS. All kind of AIDS.
Scabby did a whole set of songs.
Scabby, Emily and Daddy and them thing. It was a big album. It was a big album. Talking about Scabby, I mean, Scabby was one of the unsung heroes of the music industry in St. Lucia. Scabby did so much for so many guys, especially in the calypso industry. When I started to sing, my very first guy is so Mash Up Yellow Man. And I came out. Scabby I went to arrange the song so I could get the brass written. And from that time we were tight through.
We did a lot of work for other artists.
A lot of other artists, and he's very instrumental in the Songs Together album as well.
He must have sung about 4 or 5 songs he wrote. And all these songs are good songs.
But there was one song in particular that was very big on that album. We have a short video clip of it. And the beauty of that video clip and the importance of video, we will see guys like Clarence Joseph. CG. I mean, what a loss it was for us when CG passed, man. CG was, I don't know, man. But however, let's take a look at the La Vie à Toi Wed album. Let's look at the title track, I believe. A short clip from it.
Yeah.
La Vie à Toi Wed, boy. That was a big album from Songs Together. I remember the putting that album together. In the video there, you could see the Mighty Pep playing domino. You wouldn't even make him out.
You wouldn't make him out.
I tell you. But he was inside of there. Also, Scabby. The late Scabby was part of that. The late Clarence Joseph was there on the trumpet. You know, I mean, it was really a wonderful experience. Some top musicians of the time, and we're celebrating Musicians Month, and we need to celebrate those guys. Celebrate those guys. But Pepe, I mean, we must do that again because we have so much to talk about, so much more. So
it's about half, not even half.
No, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
We don't even talk about the St. Croix tour.
You understand?
What we went through.
That alone.
The nostalgia you particularly. You won't know that road yet.
That alone is an experience. That's another show we had to put on together.
You have to know about that one.
You know, but you know, I appreciate you coming on, Pepen.
My pleasure, thing.
You know, because we need to let, especially the younger musicians, know that, you know, it has always been a trip and a struggle to get music off the ground in St. Lucia.
Well,
like I said, the sad part of it is documentation, that we were not able to document a lot of our musicians, a lot of our bands like the Mad Monks. You know, if you could get a video of Mad Monks, so you could see how creative those guys were. For that time, Lufa François, Emerson Lewis, you know, Rajao, you know.
Rajao, I didn't forget Rajao.
I mean,
but you met Rajao in Canada, you know.
Yeah, he has a band. But up to recent times, he has a band, you know. He put a small group together.
That's good, man.
They call themselves something jazz.
I'm glad to know he's still in the music.
Yeah, he's still in the music. He's still in the music, you know. Yeah, so, Pepe, as we closing our segment. Well, I wonder if we should close that segment or if we could just continue. You in a hurry, man?
No.
That's all right. We're closing those segments. We're going to take a break, a sponsor's break, and then we're going to come back with the second half of the show. Where we're going to show the importance of touring, of taking the music out of St. Lucia, you know, and meeting the various communities in the diaspora and so on. So we're going to take a sponsor's break, and when we come back, Penrod is still here with us. We'll be right back.
Your Lucilec customer service guide. Have you heard? Big news. We've moved to the dazzling new office on Daisy Avenue, just a few steps from where we are currently standing. So, lace up those virtual walking shoes. We're about to take a stroll together. For those who catch the Grosley bus, your new stop is right here at Serenity Park. Just keep walking. We'll arrive at our new location in no time. Before we unveil our sleek new office, you catch a glimpse of the CSA Center. It is right across the road from the Carmen Rene Memorial School. Keep walking, we are almost there. And here it is, the grand reveal, Lucilec on Daisy Avenue, your one-stop shop for all things awesome. We're open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for all customer service requests, including new connection, bill queries, and bill payments. Oh, and by the way, remember the Grosley bus? Well, there's another option in town, the Leclerc bus. It stops right outside our new office, complete with free customer parking and a convenient ramp for our differently abled friends. Thank you so much for your patience during our office transition. We are thrilled to welcome you to our brand new Castries hub, Lucilec on Daisy Avenue. Until then, take care and we'll see you very, very soon. Remember, your energy lights up our space.
Save the hustle of customs with Michelle's Custom Brokerage. Imports and Exports Custom Brokers. Our personalized service always ensures the best results when your needs are custom clearance and shipping of general cargo, barrels, vehicles, containers. For courier packages, no consignment is too small or too large. We can handle it all. Michelle's Custom Brokerage, a generation of efficient and reliable service.
I have me fans out. Yeah, in Mustang I'm going. Hey, sing along.
Music, an evening of music featuring the Ashanti, performances of his greatest hits. Experience the rhythm and energy with an incredible lineup. Alpha, Alpha Ale, Ezra, Her Black, Imran Nutty, Invader, Cupid, Lady Lynn, Minel, TC Brown, T-Blacks, and more. An evening of music, magic, and memory. National Cultural Center, November 23rd, 2024. Doors open 7:30 p.m. Showtime, 8:30 p.m. Tickets $120 regular. Early bird, $100. Tickets available at CDF office and all the sale outlets. Music, a celebration of our musicians.
Ease the frustration.
No matter the job, Michelle's Electrical Limited has the skills and expertise to power your vision. With Michelle's Electrical Limited, you're securing a professional team with a proven track record committed to delivering quality service to cater to all your electrical needs. We bring more than 30 years of trusted electrical installation to every job. We are the most trusted and reliable provider of electrical solutions island-wide. Your electrical needs are our priority, and our qualified team has been providing durable electrical solutions for over 3 decades. Trust Michelle's Electrical Limited. We lay the groundwork so your vision can thrive. Michelle's Electrical Limited, turning on lights since 1987.
You will fly me morning. Why I've seen it all, but I'm caught.
Welcome back indeed. Yeah, during the break, Pkc, Steve Augustine of Steve's Barbershop, he's watching, having a lot of fun, a lot of memories. Pkc boy, Pkc also featured in one of the songs on the album, but we were not quite ready for it tonight. Penel and myself, we have agreed that we will do a part 2. We'll do a part 2 of this nostalgic period of St. Lucian music. And Pkc, next time around, we know you're bad, you know. We know Pkc was very much part and parcel of everything that we discussed. Steve Augustine, Pkc, he was part and parcel. He was a drummer. He used to drum, play percussions, he used to sing. So, you know, yeah. So Pepen boy, any final words you'd like to say out there? Anybody you want to big up? Any girlfriend you want to send a hi to? I know the girls watching.
What I want to say to the musicians, I just want to see more collaboration with the musicians, you know? I feel if they collaborate on more, there'll be more benefits.
Yeah, that's some good advice right there.
That's what I want to see.
They need to get organized because right now part of the problem is that musicians have no one to lobby on their behalf.
You know what I'm saying?
There's not a vibrant musicians association, you know, or not even Calypso have an association right now.
Nothing like that.
You know, so you need to take your business into your own hands.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And then that's the only time you can make demands. Yeah. But if Tom go, Dick go, Harry go, we ain't gonna get nowhere that way.
Come together.
Like Penrose said, we need to collaborate, you know, and come together as a unit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the way to work out. Because I mean, there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
The guys are elevating the music all the time.
Okay.
But since they're not collaborating, you find the music just stay there and get lost.
Yeah. We were talking about touring and thing, and in the early years, we did quite a bit of touring, the Virgin Islands, we went to Toronto, London, we went to New York. And happy to say that, you know, a lot of our veterans, and a lot of our younger artists too, have continued the tradition of touring, and they go out there and they represent the island, and they perform for St. Lucians in the diaspora. And that's always so appreciated. As if to me, St. Lucians in the diaspora does appreciate the musicians more than the people at home.
But when they go out there, Super, they don't bring anything back, like videos so as to see what's going on.
Right.
Let the public know what they went to do. Let's just see.
The whole situation of documentation.
They don't do that.
Yeah, we need to get serious.
A musician go out there, when he come back, we don't even know.
Yeah.
There's nothing to show, you know.
Well, this year for Journée Creole, a few of our artists went on tour. Some went to Toronto, and some went to the US. And luckily, we were able to get a little footage. And I think it's so important that we let St. Lucians know and see what happens in the diaspora.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, so we're going to be showing you a few clips of some of our artists who toured during the Journée Creole celebrations. We're going to do Toronto, Canada first. And talking about Toronto, Canada, I want to big up all our friends in Toronto who have joined us now with our new platform. We had lost Toronto for almost half a year, but they're back with us now. So big up to all our friends in Toronto who are watching the show right now. Coolie Man is his name. Coolie Man, that's what we call him. Toxic Sound is his business. And he has been very instrumental in bringing St. Lucian artists to Toronto, not just for Journée Creole, but for various times of the year to perform. He has brought quite a few of our artists up to Toronto. And this year, for the Journée Creole activities, he featured a show with 3 of our St. Lucian artists, various genres of music. The Ashanti was on that tour. Also, our reggae sensation, Mishak, he was on that tour. And then the Denry segment, the prince of the Denry segment, Oompa, was also on that show. So we have a few clips of that activity that we want to share with you. We'll take them one by one and we'll just reflect slightly on them. So we're going to start off first of all with King Ashanti in Toronto a few weeks ago for the Journée Creole activity promoted by Coolie Man, Toxic Sound. Let's take in Ashanti.
I
Oh, yes, indeed. You see the Ashanti having lots of fun there with the St. Lucian community up there in Toronto. That was this year, just a few weeks ago, for the Journée Creole activities promoted by Cooliman of Toxic Sounds. Yes, indeed. Also on the ticket that night was St. Lucia's reggae sensation. He too was very well received by the crowd. Let's take a look now at Mishak as he does his thing.
Really have to know that nuclear power is the answer, the only way to murder. Our lives to live, so I think we all just live on them. What's up with the shooting again? The problem, the lives we're taking.
The great Mishak there in Toronto, Canada, a couple of weeks ago for the Junior Creole activities, with an activity put on by Toxic Sound, the great Coolie Man. Like I told you, Coolie Man has been bringing artists up to Toronto for years now. Yeah? So big up to you, Toxic. Yeah. Of course, also on the ticket in Toronto, you can't leave out the Dennery segment. And the younger folk, they went pretty crazy when they introduced this guy, Oompa. Let's take in Oompa. Dennery segment in full blossom.
How do you step on my foot? You're just talking to Ashanti. Well, in Canada already, one thing I will pass it to bring up a shot.
You know what that means? Who is the acting? Who is the acting? Who is the first acting? Who is the acting? He said, who is the acting? Who is the acting? Who is the first acting? Who is the acting? He said, I am stopping.
Oompa. The Denver segment taking the stage in Toronto, boy. It seemed to have been a good time. According to all reports coming in from Toxic Sounds, the show was well appreciated, well attended. The variety, the reggae, the Denver segment, and the calypso, the people appreciated it, and that was good. That was good. All our friends in Toronto, I see some of our friends in Ottawa also in the chat. Very happy to have you guys back here with us. And we will keep in touch. Make sure that we get the vibes out there back to Toronto. Teresa, I'll say, I know you're not in Toronto right now. I think I saw you by Steve. I saw you by Steve yesterday in passing. Yeah, Teresa, I'll say she's here in St. Lucia. She lives in Toronto. And she's part and parcel of Papa Sky's Corner. Yeah, what we're going to do now, identify with our sponsors, and when we come back, we're going to show you some of the artists on the New York, what's going on, Papa? The New York leg of our tour. Yeah, so sponsors break, and we'll be right back.
We interrupt our regularly scheduled program to bring you this broadcast.
The winning numbers for the evening draw of Saturday, 23rd November 2024 were tic-tac-toe, 4, 5, 9, 13, 18, 19, 20. Big 4, 5, 5, 4, 1. The Big 4 multi-X ball drawn is 2X. Pick 2, 4, 6. The Pick 2 multi-X ball drawn is 2X. 1 off, 5, 7, 4. Lucky 3, 0, 1, 9. The Lucky 3 multi-X ball drawn is 2X. Power play 6, 12, 14, 21. The free ticket letter is L and the power pick number is 5.
Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
Hey there, I'm Carmi, your Lucilect customer service guy. Have you heard? Big news. We've moved to the dazzling new office on Daisy Avenue, just a few steps from where we are currently standing. So, lace up those virtual walking shoes. You're about to take a stroll together. For those who catch the Grosley bus, your new stop is right here at Serenity Park. Just keep walking. We'll arrive at our new location in no time. Before we unveil our sleek new office, you catch a glimpse of the CSA Center. It is right across the road from the Carmen Rene Memorial School. Keep walking, we are almost there. And here it is, the grand reveal, Lucilect on Daisy Avenue, your one-stop shop for all things awesome. We're open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for all customer service requests, including new connection, bill queries, and bill payments. Oh, and by the way, remember the Grosley bus? Well, there's another option in town, the Leclerc bus. It stops right outside our new office, complete with free customer parking and a convenient ramp for our differently abled friends. Thank you so much for your patience during our office transition. We are thrilled to welcome you to our brand new Castries hub, Lucilec on Daisy Avenue. Until then, take care and we'll see you very, very soon. Remember, your energy lights up our space.
Save the hustle of customs with Michelle's Custom Brokerage, imports and exports custom brokers. Our personalized service always ensures the best results when your needs are custom clearance and shipping of general cargo, barrels, vehicles, containers. For courier packages to ship loads of cargo, no consignment is too small or too large. We can handle it all. Michelle's Custom Brokerage, a generation of efficient and reliable service.
No matter the job, Michelle's Electrical Limited has the skills and expertise to power your vision. With Michelle's Electrical Limited, you're securing a professional team with a proven track record committed to delivering quality service to cater to all your electrical needs. We bring more than 30 years of trusted electrical installation to every job. We are the most trusted and reliable provider of electrical solutions island-wide. Your electrical needs are our priority, and our qualified team has been providing durable electrical solutions for over 3 decades. Trust Michelle's Electrical Limited. We lay the groundwork so your vision can thrive. Michelle's Electrical Limited, turning on lights since 1987.
I have me pants out. Yeah, in Mustang and hey, sing along.
Music, an evening of music featuring the Ashanti, performances of his greatest hits. Experience the rhythm and energy with an incredible lineup. Alpha, Alpha Ale, Ezra, Her Black, Imran Nutty, Invader, Cupid, Lady Lynn, Minel, TC Brown, T-Blacks, and more. An evening of music, magic, and memory. National Cultural Center, November 23rd, 2024. Doors open 7:30 p.m. Showtime, 8:30 p.m. Tickets $120 regular. Early bird, $100. Tickets available at CDF office and all the sell outlets. Music, a celebration of our musicians.
Ease the frustration.
You will fly me morning. Why I've seen it all, but I'm caught.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back as we continue to celebrate our musicians. Musicians Month, of course, Friday. Yesterday was the feast of St. Cecilia, the patron saint of musicians. And the Fête of Musicians continues till the end of November. Yeah? So we continue to celebrate our musicians. We just saw some of our musicians who toured Toronto, Canada, for the Journée Creole activity. A small contingent of our musicians also visited New York, Brooklyn, New York, Brooklyn. We were in Brooklyn, boy, and we mash up the place. We do something called the rooftop. Good night to Andrea, of course, she's our hostess. So we went to Brooklyn. It was 3 of us, well, 2 of us actually. One of the guys who performed actually lives in New York. He lives in Brooklyn. And he goes by the name of Gozile. And he was part and parcel of this activity. They call it the last lap Journée Creole. It happens the Sunday after the Journée Creole celebrations, the last lap. And St. Lucian's they gravitate to that yard in large numbers to congregate and to meet. I met Mark Charlemagne and his wife there. It was a real pleasure meeting Mrs. Charlemagne for the first time. Mark, of course, is one of the fixtures here in the corner. He initiated Kaiso Corner. So, Mark, good evening to you. Of course, our good friend Marvin O'Geese. I didn't meet him there in Brooklyn because I met Marvin here in St. Lucia. Marvin was home. Marvin lives in New Jersey. He was there in St. Lucia over the past few weeks there, visited Just Roti very often. It was really nice to get to spend some time with my good friend Yellow, Marvin O'Geese. Good night to you, my brother. However, we're in Brooklyn now. We're in Brooklyn, New York. And the show on. It was a Saturday. It was a Sunday. It was a Sunday night, last lap, Journée Creole. And the rooftop was lit. And Gozile was on stage. Let's take on Gozile at the last lap Journée Creole, hosted by Andrea. Gozile there on the rooftop. Of course, we only have short clips of the performances, but I just wanted to share it with you, to let you see what's happening with our musicians out in the diaspora. Yeah, I want to big up Conrad out there in London. He's here with us, and Al Henry, of course. Conrad wants to know when I'm coming up to London, when next I'll be coming to London. It's been quite a while. I'll be in London February for Independence, 2025, God willing. So Conrad, looking forward to bouncing up with you. Yeah? Respect. All right. Andrea, the cake lady, as they call her in Brooklyn, she puts this activity together. Lots of Creole food, lots of drink, many St. Lucians, a lot of St. Lucians show up for that activity. You pay at the door and your food is free. I'm not too sure about the drinks, but I know the food is free. And there are all kinds of Creole food, black fish. Let me tell you, I ate lambi in New York so much on that weekend. I don't know, I don't understand. However, I was in Brooklyn also, and I was on the rooftop. Let me take in a short clip of the papa.
Should be
Yeah, rooftop. Let me tell you, the temperature, it was cold up there. Very, very cold. And the next performer, Afa, just before he went on, he told me, Papa, I can feel my toes. Papa, I can feel my tongue. I say, Afa, don't worry. When you start to sing, everything go heat up. And it did. Let's take in Afa.
DJ, you ready? Anybody feeling good right now? Put your hands up, put your flags up. Anything up, put your hands. I want to hear how you feel tonight. Everybody say, happy as a happy, oh yes. Let me hear you sing the tune. Say, happy as a, sing it from your heart for me. Say, life sweet, I am. How you feel? So I'm feeling. Hold on, I want to hear a cappella. Life sweet, I am rich, but how you feel? So I'm feeling. Yes, I'm feeling. Give it to you one time. If you love yourself, put your right hand there like this. Everybody, I just wave side to side. Let me see you. Put up your hand in the air right now. Say, happy as a happy, oh yes. Let me hear you say the tune. Say, happy as a happy. From the front to the back, sing it loud. Say, life sweet, I hear rich, but how you feeling? So I'm feeling. Yes, I'm feeling. Everybody say, life sweet, I hear rich, but tell me what, I just want. If your bills already paid, put your hands up to the sky and say, put my bills and pay. Tell them, so I'm okay. You know what? I ain't got gold and diamonds, but I'm grateful out there. So say my stress don't last. You know why you was at that? If you only drinking, put your drinks in the air. Take off. Just see me jamming inside the party. What you say? Being happy now is right. What you tell them? When this up got hit to my soul, say goodbye not to run. What you say? Nothing taking its feel. Put your hand in the air and wave. Life sweet, I am rich. How you feeling? Yes, I'm feeling. Yes, I'm feeling. Tell them again, life sweet, I am rich. What we gonna do? So I just want. If you are blessed and highly favored, just pump your fist. Pump your fist. Happy as a happy, oh yes. Well, no time for stress now. Happy as a happy, oh yes. I'm just living my best now. Well, happy as a oh yes. And the gas on me right now. Happy as a what you drinking? Tell me now, say. Not a like a bottle of bounty. Tell them, nothing can stress me. A sexy girl to wine on me. What you say? Nothing can stress me. Don't dump me on negativity. Don't you say it's good vibes. I wanna see you put your two hands up. Gonna clap and sing. Clap your hands, sing. So when you see me jamming, everybody being happy now is like what we tell them. Now when this up can you take me soul. Good vibes. Everybody put your two hands in the sky. Let me bump together. 1, 2, start sing. Life sweet, I am rich. Let me hear you. I feel it. Yes, I feel it. Everybody say, life sweet, I am rich. What we gonna do? Well, I just want party. Well, pump the flags, pump the hands, let's go. Say, happy as a happy, oh yes. I see no time for stress now. Happy as a happy, oh yes. I'm just living my best now. Happy as a happy, oh yes. Any hard-working people inside of it. If you work hard to put the food on the table for your family, put your hands up. Think of it to me one time. All my hard-working people, put your hands in the air. Mix me nicer. Hey, everybody, if you are not to any bad mind, put your right hand up, your flags up, shine them. Somebody put out your hand in the air and say, all who want to enjoy yourself tonight, take a wave with me, say, nobody don't know what I had the time. How the money making, or how I surviving, but now look around me, he's all kind of his way, and they want to tell me I to spend my money. They say, you're spending too much money on a lovely drinking and a normal life. But I say, but you know what I mean? I want you to wave out the haters of your life. Wave out the bad mind. Put up your hand in the air when you sing. Say, I know, wave, I know, and you're feeling nothing, I know. I can't the balance, the only therapy that. What you tell them? I know, I you're feeling nothing, I know. I can't pretend you want the road for carnival. 2 hands in the air. Oh, hi, where you sing it? Say, this is something on me back. I'm the best from the truck from the night.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. King Arthur there doing this thing in Brooklyn there. We had a wonderful time. Yeah, our musicians on tour for Junior Creole. We saw the Ashanti, we saw Mishak, we saw Oompa in Toronto, Canada. Then we saw Gozile, we saw Papa Veda, and also Arthur doing their thing in Brooklyn. And our musicians, they tour all year long. Ricky T was in Japan just recently. But you know, Ricky T under tight scrutiny, we can't get them clips so easily. However, man, it was a real pleasure being here with you as we continued to celebrate our musicians. It's Musicians Month. I will not be here next Saturday. We will be off air next Saturday, again because of musical commitments. I'm sure you guys will understand. But we'll be back the following Saturday to kick off our Christmas programming. Lots of live performances in the corner for Christmas. I want to say a special thank you to my good friend Penrod Jean, who was here with us tonight, bringing us way back down memory lane. I want you to remember Nicole, Nikki, David. Do all that you can. We've been scrolling the information at the bottom of the screen for the entire show, so you have no excuses. Make your donations, assist. Let's help Nicole. Nicole is one of ours. Let's help her. Yeah? I want to say thank you to our technician, Brother Shane Williams, always doing it good for us, for our producer, Carleen Phillips, and all our many fans out there in TV land who tune in every Saturday. I want to say good night to you and thank you very much for sticking with us. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. It was a little different, but it's Musicians Week. We have to appreciate and feature our musicians. Yeah? So until not next Saturday, but the Saturday after, this is Papa saying good night, good night, good night. We'll leave you with a few clips of the Ashanti and the guys because we still have a few minutes. I've got to run to the Cultural Center. It's intermission time now, and I'm supposed to be on very soon as we celebrate another of our musical giants, the Ashanti. So until we meet again, Papa, peace, love, Kaiso. Blessed.
Hey there, I'm Carmi, your Lucilect customer service guy. Have you heard? Big news. We've moved to the dazzling new office on Daisy Avenue, just a few steps from where we are currently standing. So, lace up those virtual walking shoes. We're about to take a stroll together.